December 5th, 1998. The number 1 ranked Tennessee Vols defeated the number 23 ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs 24-14 at the Georgia Dome to win their second straight SEC championship. The win cemented the Vols as the top college football team in the country and punched their ticket to the national championship game. Dozens of fans were awaiting the Vols when they returned from Georgia.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited. I hope I can see Travis Henry.
The players greeted the fans in return and hung around to sign autographs.
Al Wilson, baby!
Quarterback T. Martin said it was the fans' support that helped them to victory in the SEC championship game.
It does, knowing that everybody's pushing us along and supporting us while we're away, and we come back, we have somebody to look forward to seeing everybody, so it helps us out.
The date was set. January 4th, 1999 at Sun Devil Stadium in Tempe, Arizona. The 12-0 Vols would take on the 11-1 and 3-point favorite Florida State Seminoles in the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl.
And the national champions on January the 4th, the University of Tennessee.
The Vols were on the verge of winning their first national championship in over 40 years, and fans were excited at the prospect.
It's way past time for a national championship. We've been a great team for the last 15 years, and it's about time that it's our turn.
That means my blood will be more orange than it is now.
And that's saying a lot.
Go Vols. It'll show the people out there that Tennessee is somebody. Yeah, sure enough.
Stores were quickly selling out of everything Vol-related, from hats to car flags to shirts.
But this one is the locker room shirt.
Which means what? It smells like the locker room?
No, this is the one they got in the locker room.
With only a month until the big game, fans began scrambling to get tickets. UT students had to enter a lottery to see if they could get tickets. Fans began lining up in the early hours of the morning to slide their ID cards and cross their fingers in hopes that they would be chosen.
Yeah, I'm going to win. I hope so. I'd love to see a UT kill Florida State.
It's my turn because I've scanned my ID every time. I haven't won yet, so it's definitely my chance.
It's $999 per person, double occupancy. If you have 4 to a room, it goes down a little bit.
Other fans would have to rely on travel agencies to ensure their spot in the stands, as they offered package deals for the trip to Tempe.
Packages allow you to take everything in stride. You don't have to worry about whether or not your luggage gets to the bus, for instance, from the plane. That's all taken care of. From the bus to the hotel, that's all taken care of. The tickets are all taken care of. You don't have to hunt them down. It is an expensive trip. It's one of the more expensive ones of the bowls that are available because it's so far and because Phoenix is a nice resort area.
A AAA air package cost $2,185 for a single person, but did drop to $1,865 for 2 people. If you were traveling by land, the single price dropped to $1,695 and the double for $1,375. If you couldn't land a ticket through agencies, there were always other options, no matter how far-fetched.
The least expensive is to find someone that you know that has a ticket and is not planning to go, an alumni.
Fans could also go through ticket brokers, but would have to be prepared to pay a premium.
Initially, through a broker, they were starting at $450 to $500 just for your basic ticket and going up from there.
The Moss family planned ahead and made sure they had everything ready well before the Vols even won the SEC championship.
I said it was in the works, and they got our name on it. We paid our deposit, and all we had to do was win last night, and we're on our way.
If you couldn't get a ticket to the game, you could always just stay home and watch it in your orange recliner and eat your UT cookies.
UT cookies don't count. There's no fat or calories in any of them. They're special. UT orange takes out any calories or fat.
As the days leading up to the Fiesta Bowl ticked away, more and more orange began flooding Knoxville.
Yay!
From pharmacies to grocery stores to banks, it seemed like you couldn't go anywhere without running into someone with that Tennessee spirit.
So you a Vol fan?
There's only an idiot that isn't a Vol fan.
Okay. So how come you're not wearing your orange?
Well, because I don't like the color orange.
What?
Nothing wrong with Tennessee Vols, so don't come beat me up or anything. I just don't like the color orange.
I don't know if that's a valid excuse.
Do
you have a favorite player? Who's your favorite?
T. Martin.
Why is he your favorite?
He throws good passes.
Mrs. Morgan's class at Carnes Elementary School threw their own Fiesta Bowl party, complete with Tostitos chips and salsa. The celebration wasn't just a show of support for the Vols. Mrs. Morgan used the opportunity to give her students a lesson in geography and social studies as well.
We learned why the state is the volunteer state. And we learned all the places that Tennessee players have been.
But one student did have a stern warning for the team.
Big Orange, you better win this game. Go Big Orange!
If you are a Florida State fan in Big Orange country, be prepared to get an earful from the Vol Army.
We want to kill him.
Richard Rice was the lone Seminole fan at the Blount County Courthouse. Even though he was outnumbered 10-1 in his office, that didn't stop him from flying his Florida State flag with pride.
Even Santa Claus is a Florida State fan.
No.
Yeah, he gave me this hat.
Home sweet home to me, good old Rocky Top.
My bus is a 12-day bus, and we're leaving Monday morning, and we're not coming back until January the 8th.
Whether by land or by air, Tennesseans began making their way to Tempe.
You see all these tickets here? They're trimmed in gold because that's what they cost. You see these? We surely hope we don't have to eat them on the way home.
13C, thank you.
Go Big Orange!
Those lucky enough to fly out were met at the airport with dozens of other fans making the pilgrimage.
Support those Vols, man.
We can't wait another 40 years, 45 or whatever it may be. This is it.
They were also met with a small group of the FSU faithful.
There's 2 poor Florida State fans on our plane, I hear.
Is that right?
Those Tostitos are all he'll have to keep him company coming back.
No, they told me they were going to let me out of the plane right over Tempe when we went over. So, no, a lot of my friends around here won't speak to me. But, you know, you expect that.
For Dwight Church, the trip to Tempe was more than a show of support for the Vols. It was a way to pay tribute to his father.
My dad died in February, so we wore these badges all year long, and he's pulled us through so far, so we're going to win one more.
The flight has been canceled. I have no way to get you there.
One of the worst snowstorms in decades hit the Midwest in the days leading up to the big game, threatening to leave some passengers without a way to make it in time for kickoff.
I'm 42 years old, never seen the national championship. So, you know, this is one that we were really looking forward to.
We're heading for Washington, D.C., to Los Angeles, and hopefully to Phoenix.
I don't want to be stuck in Chicago when I could be in Tempe, but we'll see.
Thank you. Well, we're going.
We're going.
Thankfully, a few fans were able to board and make their way to the Fiesta Bowl. There was even a local UT alumni group in the Phoenix area with some 450 members all going to the big game.
I'm surprised at how many people think you're referring to Texas when you say UT. That's what everybody assumes out here.
For the Southeastern Conference, and in general, the Pac-10 football is just a fraction of the excitement that the SEC carries.
First down, Tennessee! First down, Tennessee! One more time!
And for the fans that made their way from Tennessee, they hit the ground running with the festivities.
It is unsurpassed. I have not seen this kind of excitement ever in any of the other bowl games that we have played.
Go Big Orange! Go Big Orange!
A couple of Florida fans came all the way from Montana to see the game.
Rooting on Florida. Florida State, you know it's Florida State. Big Florida fans are. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Die hard.
It didn't take much to get them to switch their allegiance, though.
How much to get you guys to wear orange to the game? For Tennessee.
How much you got?
You guys promise you'll wear this to the game?
Guaranteed.
Put these on.
Go Big Orange!
Stores in Tempe were already preparing for the outcome of the game with samples of products that would be printed as early as the third quarter.
Tell us what that says. Say it out loud.
What this says?
Yeah.
What this hat says?
What does that hat say?
Well, this hat would seem to imply that Tennessee's going to be the national champions.
Back here at home, printing companies were also planning ahead in order to meet consumer demand. But they ran a risk if Tennessee lost the game. Anything stating that Tennessee were national champs would have to be destroyed.
You can't throw it in a garbage can. You can't give it to charity. You have to shred it physically.
Game day had finally arrived, and everyone would be glued to the Vols versus the Seminoles.
What are you going to be doing tonight around 8 o'clock?
Probably watching the game.
Probably?
Okay, definitely watching the game.
I'll be watching UT.
What are you going to be doing tonight at 8 o'clock?
Watching the ball game.
Everyone but Dorothy Curtis, who had no idea the game was even happening.
What are you going to be doing tonight at 8 o'clock?
Oh, probably cleaning up after supper and getting ready for bed and reading.
Regardless, on the night of January 4th, 1999, the world of college football would be focused on UT versus FSU. The Tennessee Volunteers defeated the Florida State Seminoles 23-16 to claim the national championship.
You can call it destiny, divine intervention, but we took this championship. We came out here, we played hard, we did what we needed to do, and we took the championship on the field.
A whole lot of things is going through my mind. This is the greatest feeling in the world. I've been dreaming of this moment ever since I was a little kid.
No, this is the greatest feeling in the world. I'll be back home. We're going to party when I get there, so be ready for it.
The UT fans in Tempe were ecstatic.
Oh, man, the Vols finally got there! Finally got there! Yes, number one!
This is the greatest day in my life.
Number one! Victory cigar, baby! The number one team in the nation! Big Iron!
Those watching the game here at home echoed the Tempe fans' sentiment.
Florida, go home. Bye. Florida just needs to go back home and start over and try again next year.
The celebration spilled out onto the Strip, and thankfully it was a rather uneventful night for KPD.
We've made one arrest so far for public intoxication. Most people are being very orderly. They're excited about the Vols win, and we're just looking forward to celebrating along with them. As long as they're orderly, we ought to have a good night.
Well, it's an exciting time for all of Tennessee football. Our kids have had just a phenomenal season. We're really proud and honored to be a part of history. Being the first unified national champions is a great thrill.
To cap off the perfect season, Knoxville Mayor Victor Ashe made an announcement that would make all Vol fans proud.
Stadium Drive will no longer be Stadium Drive. It's going to be Philip Fulmer Way.